Can you guys see me? I hope everyone's doing well. Hey. Whoa, hey in Ireland, that's awesome. So thanks everyone for coming out to this super cool Google Hangout. And yeah, my daughter is talking in the background. She's about to take her nap, but I promised her that she could be part of the show. Becky, you can come in and be part of the show now. Hey, come on over here. Oh, come on. You know how to talk better than that. Ow. Ow. So we're talking about lunch. What would you like to say about lunch?
I don't know.
What's your favorite lunch?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Do you cook mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I did one day, but I didn't do it the other day. Only one day I cooked it.
What's your favorite way to eat mac and cheese?
With a spoon. Okay. Sometimes a fork, but mostly a spoon.
That's good thinking. That's good thinking. Hey, have I ever made you my PB&J sandwich?
I don't know.
That's what I'm having for lunch, you guys. Where did it go? Right here.
Okay, is that a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
It's a peanut butter and what does the extra B stand for? I forgot.
I didn't.
It's butter. Peanut butter and jelly. You see, looking real close. Let's get a nice close up here. See that?
Yeah.
So what I did is I scooped the bagel, took the bread that I scooped out and soaked it in a little melted butter, and then put it back in between the peanut butter and jelly. PB&J.
Cool.
It's really good. Yeah, I think it's cool too. All right, you ready to go take your nap?
No, I didn't get to talk.
You didn't get to talk? I thought you got to talk.
Guys, that wasn't chance.
Okay. Cool. Can you sit next to me for a minute? Because I got to tell the people out there about something else. I'm about to start taking a bunch of questions. And, oh, someone likes your dress. The people are talking. They said they like your dress. They wrote it there. And so this was not planned to be part of the hangout, but Mrs. Sporkful, my wife, stumbled upon a major food innovation today. She made the greatest banana bread in history. And here's what happened. She made it in this, in a dish.
Can I show them, Daddy?
Yes, you can show them.
Okay.
Here, hold it up. Now, what makes this banana bread so amazing is that it's raw in the middle.
Daddy?
Yes?
It also was chocolate chip.
That's right. It has chocolate chips. But other banana breads have chocolate chips.
But this one's extra yummy.
That's right. Why do you think it's extra yummy?
Because I tried it and it was yummy.
Okay. Well, so it was accidentally cooked raw in the middle. So Mrs. Sporkful put it back in the oven after it had cooled and cooked it for like 10 more minutes, which did not cook the raw part, but it made the outside like crusty. So it's like crusty on the outside and raw and runny on the inside.
Daddy, can I get some talk soon?
Why don't you say one more thing and this will be time for you to go take your nap. What would you like to say?
I don't know what else. What pile of books for?
The pile of books is so that the camera can see us. All right, this is your last chance. Why don't you think of what you want to say and tell me when you're ready, because I'm going to talk to the people here and take some of their questions, okay? First question that got the most votes. I eat my lunch on the road every day, so I'd love to hear a discussion about favorite and or worst foods to eat while driving. That comes from Laura Stark Barassa. Laura Stark Barassa. Foods to eat while driving. Well, I would love to hear some of your suggestions. You guys can put that in the chat area in the right-hand column of the conversation page. Okay, and this is the last thing, all right? Sweetie, it's time to go up. What do you want to say?
I want to say, what do Anna and Elsa like to eat?
What do Anna and Elsa like to eat? I think they like to eat ice.
I still like to eat snowflakes.
Snowflakes. That's a good idea. All right, sweetie. Love you. You did a great job. Say bye-bye to everyone.
Bye-bye.
Can you go upstairs and do your shit?
I have one more piece.
Yeah, take another piece of banana bread. Here, I'll break it off for you.
Banana bread. This is the delicious piece.
There you go. Eat that, and then you can go for your nap, okay? All right, so eating in the car. I would love to hear your guys' suggestions for this. I mean, I think sandwiches are a good one. I mean, anything that you're going to need to use your utensils for, fork and knife, and that's obviously going to be problematic. Sauces are also an issue, like, because you don't want your steering wheel to get all greasy. So I think you want a sandwich that's going to be really well contained, maybe even a wrap, because a wrap envelops everything, and as long as it doesn't have too much sauce and ooziness, then you're going to get better results, I think, with a wrap. What else? Oh, another idea that I have is like if you ever are ordering takeout, you know, if you stop at a restaurant and you're gonna be eating fries while driving, get an extra little piece of like the paper that they wrap the burgers in, and put that in your cup holder and press it in, mold it to the inside of the cup holder, and use it to line the cup holder. And then you can put ketchup into the cup holder and dip your fries into it. When you're done, you just pull the paper out and your cup holder's clean, and you get to dip fries neatly. So that's an idea for you. I hope you like that one.
I love that one.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Good, good. Oh, we have one comment here from Mary. She says, Wendy's nuggets, they don't require dipping sauce. So you get that. Someone's asking, what's Wawa? You're not from the Philadelphia area. Wawa's like a South Jersey, Philly convenience store, supermarket type place. Another comment, pre-cut sandwich, says Adam Bine. Yes, that's a good point. You want your sandwich cut into smaller pieces, because if it's really big, it's more likely to have things falling out the side and the back, which can be a problem. All right. You going upstairs now, sweetie?
One more bite.
One more bite of Mama's banana bread.
Okay, that's delicious stuff.
That's delicious, yeah. Don't just eat the crust, though.
I'm not.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I love that you guys are all talk amongst yourselves, and I want to hear what are some of your ideas for things that you can eat while driving that are not going to make a huge mess, that are going to be delicious. Dumplings. Huh. That's actually kind of brilliant. Really, any food that's like a small dumpling or a gyoza, because those are bite-sized. So you can just grab those, pop them in your mouth, no mess. So I like that idea a lot. Dumplings, that came from producer Ann, of course. Ann's all about dumplings, she knows. So let's see, what else we got here? Jeff writes, what's the best way to enjoy smellier foods like Indian leftovers at work? Asking for a friend. You know, it's really funny, Jeff. Quick story. So way back when I first started the Sporkful, this was like 5 years ago, we did this did a show about office eating, and I was interviewing this guy, and he was saying, you know, be considerate of what you're eating, smells, coworkers, etc. And he said, you know, you wouldn't bring a bunch of smelly Indian food to work. And what he meant was just like you shouldn't bring any strong smelling food, and Indian food was just the example that he picked. But I got an angry email from an Indian listener. It's really the only really angry email I've ever gotten in 5 years. I mean, sometimes people say like, how can you say that about sandwiches? You're crazy. But I mean, this was like really angry, like she was deeply offended. She said, I'll never listen to your podcast again. Fast forward like 2 years, it turns out I know her. Like she's a friend of a friend. Like we had met at pool parties and stuff, and like she hadn't made the connection that I was that guy. So then we like met at a party, and we met again and had a reconciliation, and I had her back on. So anyway, best way to enjoy smellier foods. I mean, if you have an office that has a lunchroom, then eat it in the lunchroom. I think that lunchroom, any smell is fair game. You know, the lunchroom is the place for eating. So whatever you're going to eat there, I think that that's cool. But I think if you're eating at your desk, that's when you need to be more considerate, you know, because again, I love the smell of Indian food. My producer Ann sits next to me. She eats Indian food all the time, and it doesn't bother me in the least. But you know, what smells good to you might not smell good to someone else. So I say, if you don't have a lunchroom or a designated eating area at your workplace, you got to be a little bit more considerate. I mean, I guess you could like go in the bathroom and eat there, or just ask to sit next to the Indian people who you work with, and they won't object. Any other comments here on that? Who is this? Adam Jensen writes, your boss is neurotic to not like either of those smells. Someone said, I just had a head of broccoli for dinner yesterday. That could be a good food in the car, too. Empanadas, burritos, those are other good foods for the car. You know, like anything that's self-contained that has its own encasing, I think is a good option. Let's see another one here. Oh, I was supposed to click the button when I answered the questions. I'm sorry, I forgot to do that. All right, I'll click that one, done answering. I'll click that one, done answering. And then Dakota Kim writes, what? Oh, you know what? Before I eat that, I'm gonna take a bite of my PB&J. I encourage you guys all to take a break, take a bite of your food now. Uh-oh. Hang on, I made it, man. One of the things, oh, I gotta mention this real quick. WNYC, where I host the Sporkful podcast, is doing this awesome lunch special, lunch feature with our friends at the Leonard Lopate Show, where I'm often a contributor. And it's the Bring Your Own Lunch Challenge. WNYC.org/lunch. I'll put it in the chat area right now. Okay, that's the link. WNYC.org/lunch. And they're doing a challenge, bring your own work to lunch every day for a week. And I'm gonna be on Leonard's show next Friday talking about it and talking about ways to make your lunch more delicious. So check out that link and make sure that you sign up for their mailing list. Okay, said grab my napkin. What's next? Sips coffee. I got my coffee here too. I got the On the Media coffee mug. Check it out. Pretty cool. Delicious. You guys can hear me okay? This is functioning. The wonders of modern technology. Can someone write in the chat room like, yes, we hear you, this is happening? Or am I just talking to myself? Am I sitting in my kitchen alone, talking to myself? I'm drinking coffee in here in response to your question, and water in here. And I'm eating PB&J and Mrs. Sporkful's revelatory, I would call it twice-baked banana bread, but it's only half-baked in the middle. It's half-baked in the middle and twice-baked on the outside, so it's crusty and dark on the outside and oozy in the middle. It's gonna change my life. Yes, it's perfect, I hear you, great, 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 thank you. Great, good, thank you for reassuring me. Because I mean, I guess if I was talking to no one, there'd be no one here to know that I was insane. But if there was only one person listening, then there would be evidence that I was insane. But now that we're all here together, so no one's insane. What's the next question? Let's check it out here. Oh yes, Dakota Kim. I'm just gonna click on you. Yes, okay, good. What delicious non-sandwich, non-wrap foods can I prep or buy that are great for a lunch on the go if I'm standing on a set, running around between appointments, or producing events? I like to eat delicious ethnic foods, and I do like healthy stuff like quinoa, but I also like barbecued pork buns, etc. I just don't want to eat something shoved between two slices every day. Well, that's a great question. I love sandwiches, Dakota, but I understand sandwich fatigue. I mean, sandwich fatigue is a real thing. And so, I mean, I want to hear what you guys have to say on this one. You know, if it's going to be a handheld food, then it's going to have some kind of wrapping or encasing, whether it's two slices of bread or whether it's a wrap or a pork bun or whatever it is. It's going to have some variation on that theme. I think that oftentimes foods that require utensils, unless you're driving, are not as much of a pain as people think. If it doesn't require cutting, so like take the meat or the entree part of your dish, make sure everything is cut the night before. Cut up your veggies. Cut up let's say you're gonna have rice and beans and some meat. Cut up the meat so that it's bite size. Mix it in together with the rice and beans and put it in a plastic container the night before. So all you gotta do is take the lid off, maybe heat it up a little, and eat it. Pack a plastic spoon or a metal spoon that you carry with you, and you can open up that container anywhere. Like just find a place to sit down for 10 minutes, open up the container and eat it, and it will be delicious. So I think that sometimes those kinds of things sound more complicated than they are, especially if you cut things into bite size in advance. I'm a big proponent of that. Yes, in case you're just joining us, the extra B in PB&J stands for butter. I scooped out a bagel, took the scooped insides, soaked them in a little melted butter, made a PB&J, then put those butter-soaked bread morsels back inside the middle of the sandwich. I actually did a cooking channel video on PB&J. I'll put up the link to that in a minute. Actually, why don't I put it up right now while I'm thinking of it? Just Google peanut butter and jelly. You're eating it wrong. Is it fun to sit and watch me Google things? Is that entertaining? Is that All right. I'll put it up the link now, but don't go start watching it now because we're still talking. We're still talking here, so please don't go and watch this now. There you go. I just put it up in the chat column. Okay. Why aren't chopsticks hollow so that we can slurp soup too? I think that's because chopsticks are not straws; they're chopsticks, and but it's not a terrible idea. I'm trying to think of a reason why that's wrong, and I'm struggling. Maybe not. Maybe it's not wrong. I'll think about it. What do you guys think? Chopsticks that are hollow in the center, they still need to be sturdy. Assume they have structural integrity. I don't know. All right. Here's another question. Oh, I like this one. Does anyone else prepare meals fully at work? I keep a stick blender and everything for a crazy spinach fruit protein smoothie and make it there. Requires a stick blender, sink, and a fridge. That's Jared's question. I don't know about you guys. I'd like to hear about you. Like, do you prepare meals fully at work? I often will split the prep. I'll do some prep before and some prep at work. Like, I had a piece of salmon that I had cooked. I cooked the salmon at home. Then I packed it in a container, salmon cut up with arugula. Packed that in a container. Then at my desk, I keep olive oil and salt. So then before I go to eat it, I sprinkle the olive oil, I sprinkle the salt, and that way the arugula doesn't get soggy, and you can do it just right. And I also do it with the salmon on the bottom and arugula on top. That way when you stab the fork through the arugula, you get salmon on the tip of the fork, and that accentuates the salmon flavor because it lands right on your tongue. So it's important to stab thoughtfully. Christina Stork says, I love the full prep person. I do not, but full kudos. And Adam says, if we had a blender at work, I'd blend. Yeah, I mean, a blender at work is impressive, Jared. I think most people do not go that far. But I do think that just keep some basics at your desk, olive oil, sriracha, salt, pepper, it makes such a difference to have those things on hand. Even if you didn't bring your own lunch, if you went out and bought something and you realize it needs a little extra help, just be prepared. It's not too hard. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, Allison has a question. What are some of the best ways to maximize the deliciousness of lunch when you work from home? This is a good one. I work from home a couple of days a week. Allison says, it's hard to prep and eat in an hour or less, but I often rely on leftovers the same way I would if I didn't work from home. For me, I gotta say, the hardest part about working from home is that I just eat constantly. I mean, I'm in my kitchen, there's delicious banana bread sitting here, there's food, there's my kids happy eating food, there's just always food. Whereas when I'm at the office, I'm very focused on what I'm doing. My lunch, whether I bring it or whether I go out and buy it, it's portioned. It's lunchtime, here's my lunch, it's on this plate, I'm eating it now. But at home, it's just this constant buffet and I end up eating a lot more. I would encourage you, this is kind of a reverse of what we've been talking about, Allison, but if you work from home and if you live somewhere where there are at least a couple restaurants, take yourself out for lunch once in a while. You gotta get out of the house. If you work from home, you gotta get out of the house. Once in a while, go work at a cafe, go have lunch, and you bring your laptop and do a little work at the cafe. You need to change the scenery, you need blood flow. It'll make you more effective at work too. But you know what? You've earned a lunch out. Okay. What else we got going on here? Okay, I did the PB&J video. Let's see. Any other questions? Yeah, working at home is constant eating. Jonathan knows. Yeah, it's hard, right? Yeah, I eat so much less when I'm at the office. So let's see what else. Let's take a couple more questions here. And one more little promotional announcement, if I may, which is I really would love for you guys to sign up for the Sporkful email newsletter. I sometimes go weeks without even sending anything, so it's really not annoying at all, I promise. But this Hangout, I sent an email yesterday. I said, here's the Hangout info. Now, you guys obviously knew about it anyway, but you might not have known. And so let me put the link right here. Okay. Yeah, all right. All right, great. Couple more questions here. Thank you, everyone. If you have any more questions, oh, love this, but have to run. Okay, bye to Michael. And Dakota says, pre-prep and portion of delicious meals in Tupperware for lunch, home, nice, serve it. Okay, good. Plate it nicely, serve it at table. Yeah. I mean, Dakota's saying, you know, yeah, look, your lunch is always, that's another thing I keep at work. I keep plates. I keep hard plastic plates. I will plate my lunch. Takes an extra 1 minute of effort, but I think it's worth it. We'll do two more questions here. Justin writes, I work at a place where it's too easy to eat out for lunch. What are some of the best staples I could buy to keep in the cabinets? Oh, we kind of addressed this one. I would say hot sauce, sriracha, olive oil, salt, pepper. Those are the most important ones. And beyond that, you get heating sources, a toaster. You got a toaster oven. I mean, toaster oven is huge. That's an oven. A toaster oven is an oven. You can bake things. That's a great opportunity. You can reheat things and make them nice and crispy, like bringing in some leftover fried chicken or crispy, you know, shake and bake type stuff. It'd be great. All right, let's end with this one here. This is Monica. You've addressed the etiquette of eating smelly foods in the office, but what about loud foods? I have a coworker who crunches on chips 3 times a day, and the sound of it makes my skin crawl. What's the best way to handle this? My current strategy is sticking in my earbuds to tune out the crunching. What are the most offensively loud foods that people should not eat in an office? As a related question, does my daily munching of baby carrots on my desk make me a hypocrite for asking this? That's a very interesting question. I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this one. I mean, 3 times a day crunching on chips, that's a lot of chips. And there are ways to crunch chips to make them louder or quieter. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. This is not the best. Actually, hang on. I got some chips right here. These were leftover. These came with the lobster rolls that I bought at Kelly's in Revere Beach, Massachusetts. I don't really care for the potato chips. I'm in it for the lobster rolls. But if you close your mouth before crunching, I think it makes it a less noisy experience. I don't know if Mike will pick this up, but let's try. Here's open mouth crunch. Ready? Turn up your speakers. Turn up the speakers so you can hear this really well, okay? Here we go. Listen. Open mouth crunch. It's not the crunchiest chips, but see, I'll do one more open mouth. I'll do a double chip to make it a little more, drive home the point here. There. You hear the open mouth crunch. Now, listen to the closed mouth crunch. See that? I hope you're able to hear the difference. So, your coworker could be a little more considerate. There are ways to crunch chips in a more quiet fashion. But the fact that you're crunching carrots, I mean, you know, that guy could be in this chat room right now. I wonder if there's another question down here. This other guy who's like, I get this coworker who crunches carrots all day. Monica, I think the earbuds are the best you can do. It's very hard to tell someone else that they are crunching their chips too loudly without coming across like a prude, even if you're not, even if it's a completely valid complaint. Oh, was I supposed to? Oh, I just noticed that I've been doing this thing of the answering button incorrect. So the post-game video of this might not exactly make sense, but you were here, you saw it live. So anyway, Monica, I think you gotta live with it. You gotta live with it. So yes, shout out for Kelly's roast beef. Oh, a hers lover. Well, listen, everyone, we're just about to wrap up. Let's see if anything came through on Twitter here that I need to address. Okay. Yes, that's right, Allison. Take yourself out to lunch. So in closing, check out wnyc.org/lunch. Subscribe to the Sporkful newsletter. Watch my video about PB&J. But most importantly, thanks. This was really fun. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys. It's cool that we all it's funny. I thought this would feel sort of awkward or distant, but I actually do feel like we hung out. I feel like we hung out. And that's really cool. So I want to thank you for participating and thank you for listening to the Sporkful. The most fun part of my job is when I get to interact with you guys and when I hear from you. That's what makes this fun. So I really appreciate it. Thanks again, and we'll do this again sometime soon in the future, and hope to see you there for that as well. Bye. Take care. Have one more bite of PB&J before I sign off. Do I have anything on my face? You can really taste the extra B. Bye-bye.